Okay, so let's just start with a win scenario. Imagine your arteries are like the pipes in your house. But not just any pipes. I'm talking high-tech, copper pipes in a luxury home. Perfect flow. Now, what if the plumber told you those pipes are clogged because you ate too much metal?
That would be absurd.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
absurd. But for decades, that's basically what we've been told about our bodies. Your arteries are clogged because you ate too much fat. And that plaque everyone panics about. What if it's not the cause, but actually your bodies are clogged? Well, it's the panicked, messy repair crew trying to patch things up.
That's a much better way to look at it.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into the real starting point for why our blood vessels get stiff and clogged. We're going to focus on this one critical layer of cells, and we're going to find out what one surprisingly simple exercise in a cup can do to help reverse it. This is for you. If you're tired of just hearing about symptoms, you want the root cause. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, we have to start there, really, because most treatments, they focus on things way down the chain of events, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. They're treating the fallout.
Not the initial explosion.
Exactly. And the real problem just keeps simmering under the surface. So the real starting point, the actual trigger for all of this is something called endothelial damage.
Okay, so what is that exactly?
If you could shrink down and just look inside your artery, it's lined by this incredibly delicate single layer of cells. That's the endothelium.
Ah, the non-stick frying pan analogy.
I love it.
It's like that high-tech coating on a brand new pan. When it's pristine, nothing sticks.
Right.
Everything just glides right off.
Perfect analogy. Blood flows effortlessly, but then you take a metal fork, or in this case, a chemical irritant, and you scratch that coating.
And that's the damage.
That's the damage. When that endothelial layer is injured, the body registers it as a major problem. It's an exposed artery wall, so inflammation starts immediately, and the body rushes in its first response crew.
To patch the hole.
To patch the scratch. And that patch material, that's what we later call plaque. It's made of calcium, cholesterol, proteins. But here's the critical part I want you to remember. The plaque is the response to the injury. It is not what caused the injury.
It's the biological Band-Aid.
A sloppy biological Band-Aid, yeah.
So the body sees a weak spot in the pipe and just slaps on this messy cement patch. It's trying to stop a leak, but long-term, the patch itself starts blocking the flow.
It's a short-term survival tactic with poor long-term consequences.
Okay, so when that critical layer is damaged, something else happens, right? We lose control of our internal traffic cop, the molecule, nitric oxide, or NO.
And it's arguably the single most important molecule for maintaining your cardiovascular health. It's a powerful vasodilator.
Vasodilator, so vessel widener.
Exactly. It sends signals that tell your arteries to relax and widen. It ensures smooth blood flow, prevents clotting, and keeps your arteries flexible and healthy.
And when you lose it,
yeah,
when the endothelium can't make enough NO,
everything stiffens up. It's like your arteries are constantly tensing their muscles.
And the consequences are, well, pretty much everything we worry about. Blood pressure spikes, obviously. But the clotting risk is what really gets me.
The increase in clotting is massive. A lack of nitric oxide makes the whole internal environment sticky, prone to clumping. And we know something like 90% of heart attacks involve a blood clot. So you're not just getting stiffer pipes, you're massively increasing the risk of a total blockage.
And all we do is prescribe a pill for the high blood pressure. We don't even test for the low nitric oxide. It's so frustrating. But the real aha moment for me was just how simple it is to boost NO naturally.
It's almost comical.
It is. You don't need some exotic new drug. You can boost it with things we're supposed to do anyway. Where are we going outside? In the sun.
The sun is genuine heart medicine. We know vitamin D is critical, and it does help boost NO. But the surprising part is the infrared light from the sun. It penetrates deeper into your tissues and directly stimulates nitric oxide production. It almost makes you laugh. One of the best heart medications is just standing outside for 10 minutes.
And what were the other two? Breathing.
Breathing through your nose, not your mouth. Your sinuses naturally produce nitric oxide when you nasal breathe. And the other big one is magnesium.
Right, magnesium. Why is that one so important?
Think of it like a tug of war inside your artery walls. Calcium is the nutrient that tells the artery muscle to contract, to tighten. Magnesium is the nutrient that pulls back, that forces it to relax. You need that balance.
And most of us are deficient in magnesium.
Highly deficient. So our arteries are just stuck in this constant state of tension, with calcium winning the tug of war.
It's wild. It sounds like the biggest health crisis is just forgetting how to be a human. Go outside, breathe through your nose. Okay, so we've established the problem, endothelial damage. And the missing molecule, nitric oxide. Now we have to figure out who's scratching the pan in the first place. What's the real villain here?
A great question, but before we get to the villain, can we just officially dismiss the suspect everyone always blames?
Cholesterol. Please, let's do it.
Absolutely. The fear of dietary cholesterol it's misplaced. Your body makes about 80% of the cholesterol in your blood anyway. It has to. It's a vital building block for your cells, for your hormones, for vitamin D.
So worrying about the cholesterol in your eggs is missing the point.
Completely. And here's proof the body has this under control. It has its own cleaning crew. It's called reverse cholesterol transport, or RCT.
Okay, tell us about the cleaning crew.
RCT is fascinating. It's this natural mechanism that's designed to go gather up excess cholesterol, like the stuff in those messy patches, and bring it back to the liver to be recycled or removed.
So HDL, the good cholesterol, that's the garbage truck.
That is literally the transport truck doing the collecting. It's not good because it's soft. It's good because it's the mechanism of removal.
Yeah.
And you can help this system. Niacin vitamin B3 helps. Exercise boosts it. And you need good liver function, specifically bile salts, to actually get the cholesterol out of the body.
So the body can handle the cleanup if we don't totally overwhelm it. Which brings us back to the big question. If the plaque is the Band-Aid and cholesterol is just part of the repair crew, what is constantly scratching the nonstick pan?
It is the sugar toxicity bomb. The real villain is the sheer volume of refined sugars. And let's be very clear, refined starches, which are just sugar in the modern diet.
Okay, quantify that for us.
I want you to visualize this. Normal blood sugar is about 1 single teaspoon of sugar dissolved in your entire 5 liters of blood. Just 1 teaspoon. That is the tiny amount your body is designed to handle at any one time without taking damage.
1 teaspoon. That is an incredibly tight margin.
It's razor thin. Now compare that to what we eat. The average person on a standard diet is conservatively eating between 50 to 100 teaspoons of sugar every single day. That tidal wave is what's causing the damage. It's like rust. It chemically burns that delicate endothelial lining. The process is called glycation.
50 to 100 teaspoons.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting a system designed for one.
Yeah.
So why aren't we all in a coma? How do people have normal blood sugar readings with that kind of toxic flood?
Now for the dramatic, almost comedic part, the overworked and exhausted insulin vacuum cleaner.
I love this.
Because sugar is so toxic to your blood vessels, your body's primary protective hormone, insulin, swoops in like a hyperactive vacuum cleaner. Its only job is to suck that toxic sugar out of your bloodstream as fast as possible and hide it away somewhere, usually as fat.
So our blood sugar only looks normal because we have heroic levels of insulin cleaning up the mess nonstop.
Precisely. The insulin is performing constant triage, but that system isn't built to last. It only works for about 15, maybe 20 years before the pancreas, which makes the insulin just gets exhausted. The vacuum cleaner starts to break down.
And when a vacuum breaks, that's when blood sugar finally stays high, and you slide into pre-diabetes and then full-blown diabetes.
And your arteries are just constantly marinating in that toxic sugar. That's what's causing the constant scratching of the pan. This is why a low-carb approach is so powerful. It just stops the damage at the source. There are studies showing you can remove 40% of toxic fat from your liver in just 2 weeks.
Incredible. Okay, so we have the root cause, endothelial damage. We have the villain sugar. Now for the fun part, the solution. The one drink that helps fight all this damage.
The elixir.
The elixir. The big reveal is cacao powder. But, and this is a huge but, we have to be incredibly specific here. We're talking about raw cacao powder.
Right.
With high flavanols.
A very important distinction.
Yeah, we are not talking about the heavily roasted cocoa powder you find in the baking aisle. The flavanols are everything.
They are. These flavanols are powerful plant chemicals that directly protect that sensitive endothelial layer. They're anti-inflammatory.
And here's where it gets wild. This is literally exercise in a cup. There was a study that showed consuming high flavanol cacao created vasodilation, the widening of arteries, that was strikingly similar to moderate physical exercise.
What's so fascinating is the mechanism. Cacao doesn't just contain NO. It acts as a trigger. It stimulates the enzymes in your body to make more of your own nitric oxide. It flips the switch on your internal factory.
So it's teaching your body to do the job better.
Exactly. And the effects are cumulative. It trains your arteries over time.
Get this. This was the wildest finding. A study on people aged 50 to 80. After just 14 days of daily cacao, their artery thickness was comparable to people 20 to 30 years younger. That is reversing physical age markers in 2 weeks.
It's profound evidence of how regenerative these compounds can be.
Now, to optimize this, you can supercharge it. You want to combine the cacao with beetroot juice powder.
That's a brilliant combination. They serve two different functions.
Right. How does that work?
The cacao, as we said, stimulates your body's production system, the factory. Beetroot juice, on the other hand, just gives your body the raw materials. It's one of the highest natural sources of nitrates, which your body directly converts into nitric oxide.
So you're turning on the factory and stocking the warehouse at the same time.
Perfect.
And a quick tip for everyone listening, use warm water, not boiling. If you scorch the raw cacao, you kill the flavonols.
You lose the benefits.
Right. And now for the big warning. Especially for coffee drinkers. You cannot mix this with your caffeinated coffee if your goal is arterial health.
This is a critical point. It's fine for cognitive benefits, but it defeats the purpose for your arteries. Caffeine is a vasoconstrictor. It tightens blood vessels. Cacao is a vasodilator. It relaxes them. They are working directly against each other.
They cancel each other out, so you have to separate them. Drink your cacao at least 2 hours before or after your coffee.
For the best arterial results, yes.
Okay, that makes total sense. And just to round this out, let's quickly reiterate those other key nutrients.
Right. We have to mention magnesium again, the master relaxation mineral that balances calcium, and vitamin K2. K2 is the traffic cop for calcium. Its job is to make sure calcium goes into your bones and teeth and stays out of your soft tissues like your artery walls.
So it prevents the arteries from literally turning to stone.
It prevents calcification, yes. And of course, support your liver with things like bile salts so it can do its job of cleaning out that excess cholesterol.
Okay, so let's bring this all home.
At the end of the day, what does this all mean for you? The core lesson is this. Your arterial health boils down to three things. First, protect that sensitive endothelial lining. Second, stop the toxic sugar tidal wave that's causing the damage. And third, make sure your body has enough nitric oxide to keep everything relaxed and flowing.
It really just changes the entire conversation. It's less about avoiding eggs and more about protecting your inner plumbing from that sugar flood. And we've seen that a simple cup of raw cacao can literally mimic the physical effect of a workout. So if true health can be found in a few nutritional tweaks and remembering to, stand in the sun and breathe through your nose, what other vital bodily functions are we accidentally sabotaging just by living in a rush? Something to think about as you prepare your next cup of exercise.